What's up, JRD Nation? I'm Dan.
I'm Brandon.
And today we are telling you the story of the jump rope dudes. Alright guys, so the reason that we're shooting this video today is because many of you guys see us right now on YouTube, and you see us at the beach doing workouts, you see us traveling around the world and doing all kinds of stuff, and we really wanted to just shed some light on the struggle it's been to get to the point that we are now, and hopefully provide you guys with some motivation to really
do things in your own life.
Yes.
So I think you should start the story because it all started with one skip of the rope. One skip of the rope.
Yeah, so I was, about 5 or 6 years ago, I was working a corporate job. I wanted to lose some weight, but I also wanted to be able to elevate my career, and I didn't really like to run. I didn't really want to lift weight, so I was like, okay, I need to find something that's gonna help me lose weight, but that I don't have to spend a lot of time with, and that's basically gonna be very efficient. So long story short, a friend of mine, shout out Brendan Bresnahan, told me to start jumping rope. I started jumping rope. I lost a bunch of weight jumping rope, and then I was like, you know what? I think I should help other people lose weight with the jump rope. And so that's how my story with jumping rope began. During this time, you were doing
I was doing some health and fitness stuff myself. Like right out of college, I didn't go the corporate route, but I was in the health and fitness niche. Like right out of school, I started a health and fitness app company, and I was really interested in how do I help people feel and perform their best. So of course that was nutrition, that was workouts, that was meditation. So I was into all this stuff at this point, but had never really gotten into jump rope yet.
So after that, we met in Austin, Texas, and I was jumping rope. Brandon was doing the peak performance type of coaching. We lived in the same building in Austin, Texas. So
very fortuitous.
Yes. One day we got off the elevator and we were like, "Hey man,
dude,
you look like me.
You look like a Zen dude.
Do you want to hang out?" And then we had a kick-ass Christmas party.
Oh yeah.
So after this, we became friends, and then we decided, okay, we're both in fitness. It would be really cool to start doing something like a workout together where we both lead it, like some type of class. So we started this workout class called Two Dudes on a Roof, and it is exactly what it sounds like. It was us two dudes taking people through a workout on top of our apartment building's roof. And long story short, we just had a lot of synergy, and we were kind of like, you know what, man? We work really well together. Maybe we could start selling drugs.
Well, I remember one thing in particular. Our friend Zach Oberon, you and I we were digging it, and people were liking the workouts, but he was like, "Yo, you guys have something here," and that was the first time someone else said something like that. And Zach, shout out to you, man, because that gave me a little bit of belief. I was like, maybe we do.
Yep. Yeah. So I was thinking to myself, okay, I'm done with my corporate job. I want to be able to live a life of freedom. I want to be an entrepreneur. And so this perfect storm of events kind of came together, and Brandon and I decided to start this company called Zen Dude Fitness. Now, we called it Zen Dude Fitness for a couple of reasons. First reason was because the Zen part of it, that was really Brandon's side of things, bringing in the mental and peak performance and helping people live just an overall more fulfilling life. And so we were like, well, we need the Zen part because people need to get their mind straight before they lose weight. So Brandon brought the mindset, I brought the physical part. We put it together and we called it Zen Dude Fitness.
And I think it was always a mission of ours to just be different. Zen Dude Fitness kind of sounds like a little bit of a joke, because at the time when we first figured it out, we were just joking around in Dan's bedroom. We're like, what if we made a company together? We're Zen dudes. We're pretty Zen Dude Fitness. And we're like, let's just do things different. Let's make it more about having fun and enjoying the process than gains and losing as much fat as in the least amount of time possible.
Yeah.
We wanted to change the fitness industry.
Yeah, absolutely. We started that was Zen Dude Fitness, but then we had the quick realization, because remember, I quit my job and Brandon was going through, well, tell them about your
Yeah, I mean, during that time, I had to get out of my apartment building, no matter either way, because I had tried to invest in a bunch of other app projects after having a little bit of success in my first one. I got in a ton of debt, and I had these giant debt consolidation payments that I had to make every month to get out of it. So Dan and I put our heads together. We're like, yo, what's the next most logical thing to do?
Start a business.
Start a business and move to Medellin, Colombia.
Yes. So before we get into that, I just want to say though, like, just so you guys have this like list, when we started our business, he was in a bunch of debt. I had just quit my job and had money saved up, but essentially like we didn't really have a plan. We didn't have the best financial situation, and we decided to move to a country where we couldn't speak the language to start our business. Medellin,
Smart guys.
Colombia. Very smart move on our part. But we say that because like those are some pretty bad odds to start a business, and it totally worked out. We're gonna get into the reasons why it worked out, but just know that like you don't need to have a bunch of money. You don't need to have super successful parents. You don't need a lot of things to start a business, especially in this day and age. So let that be a lesson and a motivation to you if you have a dream or a business that you want to start, but you don't have a lot of resources.
Yeah. What you need is vision, and that's what we both share. We had a vision around what we wanted to create, and so although we didn't know how to edit videos, we didn't know how to do marketing, we didn't know how to do accounting, we didn't know how to do anything that it took to run a business.
We didn't know how to make a website. There was,
nothing. But we had the vision, so we were like, we will figure this out one way or another.
We moved to Colombia. We basically ran the entire business off of my savings. So that manifested itself in my savings account just going like this. We were just putting money into the business, and we were making a little bit of money, but not as much as we were spending. So my savings account was going like this. And our YouTube channel was definitely not going like this. Just to give you guys some
this right here.
Yeah, just to give you guys some like raw numbers, it took us a full year to go from 0 to 1,000 subscribers.
So after that, by the time we got to that year mark, let's give you a check-in on where we're at. So this is after spending a full year living in Medellin, Colombia, figuring it out, learning how to do a bunch of things. But at the same time, Dan's savings were dwindled down to almost nothing. And we were again in a place where our backs were against the wall. We're like, okay, well, we want to do this business, but we're not making money and you don't have any money left. So what do? And we ended up getting like epically lucky, and
it was an angel.
An angel came down.
That angel's name was Bubs.
Bubs.
And we met Bubs through like a mutual friend. And Bubs is a successful entrepreneur living on the Big Island of Hawaii. He found out what we were doing, and for no reason at all, besides the fact that he's just literally an angel, he was like, I believe in what you guys are doing. If you want to come live in my office in Hawaii, you can come live rent-free and you can make as many videos as you want. He had no idea who we were, and that's a pretty crazy thing to offer someone. But we were like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, this dude had 2 small children, was like very well established, and was just like, hey, Zen dudes, come on over to Hawaii and figure shit out.
Yeah. So we got there, and you might be thinking this is the part where it all turns around. And it kind of does. But first, when we got to Hawaii, we were like almost out of money. Didn't really, like, our YouTube channel had not started taking off yet. So we were basically in a state of panic for like the first half of being in Hawaii. And anyone who's been to Hawaii knows that that's really crappy, because Hawaii is a beautiful place and it sucks to be in that headspace when you're in such an amazing spot.
And I think so many people who watched our videos probably thought themselves, man, those guys are living such a good life. Like, they're out on the Big Island, they're doing all these cool things. And we had what felt like was just like the world crushing down on top of us, because if you've ever dealt with money issues before, like when you have no money and at the same time have other people who are starting to rely on you a little bit, like, I'm not saying my now wife was relying on me, but she came out and visited and she wanted to go to dinner. I was like, oh, don't have money for that.
Yeah, so we were just like 2 broke dudes trying to figure out how to make this thing work. But one thing we never had an absence of was belief. We didn't know how we were gonna get out of the situation, but I remember in particular days that we would go shoot. We just knew. We knew that this was gonna work, and we believed in it. So we hit a point where we were in Hawaii and the YouTube channel started to take off. Shout out to our friend Nat. Nat was the guy who was like, you guys should think about making videos like this because that's what people are searching for. So with the help of Nat and with, obviously months and months of our own research piling up, we finally started to make videos that were getting a lot of views. Our channel was growing, but more importantly, our business was growing. So we were starting to make more and more money from this and be in a better situation.
Yeah, so once we started to make a little bit of cash money, we had a decision to make. Do we go and go back to the mainland US, like really challenge ourselves, like get super stressed again? Or do we move back to Medellin, Colombia, number one, a country and a city that we really fell in love with, and a place where we knew we could start to stack some savings. And so that's exactly what we did for the next 9 months or so.
We went back to Medellin, started making videos again. The channel started to take off, and then we started having a conversation of like, all right, man, let's take this thing to the next level. To take it to the next level, we have to be in a major market. Tokyo, New York, Los Angeles, one of those. And so we set our goal on Los Angeles, and for months we were like, this is the revenue number we have to hit consistently if we're gonna move to LA. So we ended up doing that, making a bunch of videos, having a good time, saving money, and then eventually moving to LA like 8 months ago.
Yeah, about 8 months ago.
Yeah.
Present day here in Los Angeles, California. We're lucky enough to live 6 blocks from the beach. And Dan and I have a fun situation where Dan lives in that room I'm looking at right now, and me and my wife live in that room right behind me.
It's a sitcom, for sure.
So the three of us live together, and a lot's changed, a lot's still the same. We still have the same vision, but now, the team has grown a little bit, and we're able to kind of just take everything we're doing to the next level.
We're at the point now where it's not just Brandon and I running the business. We actually have employees. We have a little family here that we are creating to continue growing the business. And what we're trying to do here in LA is really just elevate the exposure that we have to try and get as many people jumping rope as humanly possible. Because as you guys know, Los Angeles is a great place for entertainment. It's a great place for exposure. And if we can just get in with the right people and continue to make really compelling and great content, that's going to help us be able to share our love for jump rope and health and fitness with more and more people.
Yeah, and so if some of you have been around since the Zen Do Fitness days, which only were a few months or so ago, then you probably want to know, like, well, why did you guys go from Zen Do Fitness to Jump Rope Dudes? It's because of what Dan just said. Our intention is to get jump ropes in as many people's hands as possible. And we had an experience where we went to like the YouTube studio here in LA, and we checked in at Zen Do Fitness, and they're like, oh, you guys a yoga channel? And we're like, let's not make things so confusing for people.
Yeah.
Let's just be the jump rope dudes, get as many people to jump rope as possible, and collectively build this movement throughout the world.
Yes. And then we can talk about more of the mindset stuff. Once people have, started jumping rope and made the physical transformation, then we can get into more of the Zen stuff. Really, guys, we just wanted to shoot this video to motivate you to understand that what you see right now had to be built. There had to be risks taken. There had to be time sacrifice, blood, sweat, tears. Okay, it wasn't like that intense, but there was a lot of
I
sacrifices.
cried a little bit.
Yeah, we cried. We definitely cried. I'm sure there was bloodshed.
We sweat a lot.
Dude,
There's a lot of sweating in Colombia.
Lots of sweat, for sure. It's humid there. In addition to telling our story and having you understand where we came from, we also want to motivate you guys to understand that you can make something from nothing. If you want to be the world's best cat video person, you can actually do that. If you want to be a world famous singer, you can do that too. If you want to be two silly guys who sell jump ropes and travel around the world like jumping rope, you can do that too. The point is, you don't need a lot of resources to build something very impactful in the world.
All you have to do is do the thing.